About project 5 questions. So the question is, do you want to repeat the question?
The question is, how is the list going to be linear without being a one-to-one mapping, considering it was brought up that it would not be one-to-one?
Right. So let's think about our statement node list, right? So every statement node structure, it's going to have a specific node. I guess maybe I should draw them as squares. Right? It's the statement node struct, right? And one of those fields is the next field, right? This has a pointer to the next statement node that's executed, right?
Yep.
So this should be a list that approximates. This will be a list that contains all the statements in your program, definitely, right? The problem comes up, well, not the problem, but it's not just, so in a purely sequential program, right? This, it will follow mostly one-to-one like that. This. The problem comes up and when you have like an if, like if x is whatever, not equal to 0, right? Do this. So now, I'm going to simplify this. Now you're going to have these instructions, and then this if is going to have a branch that's going to go somewhere else and do something else.
I only like arrays when I know exactly what I need to put in.
Something like this, right? So this, your list that you're creating, right? Or this, it's not a list, it's a graph, as we'll see in a second, right? Right? The graph is going to represent the control flow of this program and where this program can go. So this node, this if statement node will represent, hey, I can do this, or I can go this direction. Now, when you have a while,
can you check? Is there a
something
function for vectors to see if you're gonna do what? Like check if something's in there.
So here, now it checks, right? So let's say this is the check. Then if it's true, it goes to the, the body, right? There's something in the body. And then we'll, right, when it does this, then it has a link back to itself, right? And then it has this if statement essentially has an else branch, which is like here, and will continue the tree. Right? So this is where it gets into a graph. Now you have loops in your graph, right?
Okay. That makes sense.
And then the trick is, right, inside here, any of these nodes could be if branches or could be while loops, right? So you can have loops inside here, and all that fun stuff.
I'll have to take time to actually, because you have to have an
Okay.
Cool. Maybe let's have project 5 questions, since I'm recording.
Yes.
Yes.
So do we have to, after we parse it, do we have to iterate back to the head of the linked list to return it?
Nice shot.
No, I would not do it that way.
No?
Well, go back. That would mean you'd need pointers back and forward, right? I would just hold the link to the first one.
Okay.
Like
So
have a head pointer,
return the head.
right? And then return the head of the list.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you think it'd be useful to draw graphs like this for many of the different programs just
Yes.
to kind of get how it works?
Yes, you should do it. I would do it in 2 ways. I would do it like, I would draw a graph like this for how that program looks from the input language, and then I would draw the data structures, like
With the go-tos and stuff like that.
exactly with the specific fields in here to know exactly what's going to happen and how your code should generate those data structures. Yeah, I think that'll help a lot.
That's online. I mean, that's in your video lecture, right?
Now it is. I'm recording. So
Also with the greater than equal to, if that needs to be implemented, you can just do the not version of the less than. You can just switch the branches.
yes, that would be the other thing is you can switch the branches, or if it's like is A less than or equal to B, you can switch it around and say is B greater than A, right? So you can also switch the operators
Yeah.
and use that different operator. So actually it's kind of cool. Just with these basic like primitives that we have, you can implement, right?
do
With
anything.
logic, you can
Yeah.
implement anything. So, and that's actually what compilers will do often is they'll,
I mean, you can master.
especially for like a while loop, most loops are executed many times. So they will switch, they'll change the condition and the way they make the code,
So that it's
but they do it in a
faster.
way that's faster, yes. So by because they optimize for the CPU that they're actually executing against.
He's gonna skip stuff for coming up at 420. He's gonna stuff at 420.
Anything else? Project 5? I'm sure there'll be more stuff. when you get into it.
Once we actually start coding, we're gonna get confused and ask.
You mean you'll have insightful questions that are very deep and.
I had a question
Yes,
that's not directly related to Project 5. It's just kind of about the lecture stuff. With,
Sure.
like you have the function has its name and that's what it's called by and whatever. But is there anything that calls it by the line number that it's on? Or is that kind of lost in?
To the the question is always, does it matter to the programmer, right? When you call a function, do you need to know what line it's on?
Well, I mean, does it internally ever call it by the line number?
Yes, so internally, that's how you, so
I don't think that's
there's a whole bunch
possible.
of things with compilers that we didn't talk about, but yeah, they have to keep track of a lot of metadata about what lines are things defined on, right? So that they can give good error messages. That's the big thing, right? Like, I want to know there's an error because I tried to call foo online something or other.
He said that last
right?
week.
Also, your IDE, your editor, when it's parsing it, right? Because it's parsing it so that when you hover over something, it tells you the type of that thing.
Yeah.
And then you can also say go to definition, so it knows exactly what line number that thing lives on, was declared on. Yeah.
When are we getting our exam grades? I feel like I remember you saying something about sometime
Yeah,
this
at the end
week.
of the week. He said his TA isn't
Yeah, the
finished.
TA is grading right now.
He'll
So
light a fire under his ass.
Hey, it's still not the end of the
what does
week.
it matter?
I want
This
to know
week
how I
versus
did.
next week, exactly.
Don't pressure him. Let him
I wanna
be
know how-
generous about the grading.
Tell him to just get his done as quickly as possible.
And you have
even if it means just
any
getting-
other?
No, I wanted to get
questions?
everybody's done.
Alright, good.
Probably not.
Everyone